Oh.
Oh, that's weak. I don't want him interfering with our plans.
Hello.
Okay,
Ta-da.
this is it. It's done. It's on the stand, and Hilo's immediately going to try to wreck
Hilo.
everything. We're going to build a Lego BD-1 today, sent to us by, I should have asked you how to say your name, Chad. Chad Matisse, or Matisse. Thank you so much. It's a custom set by, I think, is Hachiroku24. There's a link to the set in the description if you want to check it out, because it does look nice, but you can see what it looks like when we build it today. But first, we got to get this out of the way, and we're going to put it up there. You haven't had any wine yet, right?
No.
I want to be fully sober for this. So let's... You ready?
What? Just a sip? No. Okay.
Let's do this.
All right.
This is a two-person job, I think.
It's so weird the way that you have to pick this up with the stand. You guys can't see the stand, but the stand is made out of Legos. But
Hilo was calm like 2 minutes ago. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up from this here and hold it from the back to keep it steady. Think that works?
uh-huh.
What's that noise?
Oh, we did it!
Okay.
Nothing fell off.
I'm surprised, honestly.
We did it.
I'll have to measure later and find out, like, perfect middle, but...
See if I can tilt the camera up so that people can see it in all of its glory. Yay!
Nice. Got the little... I guess now we should tilt the camera back down, though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you might see some. Oh, bless you, Hilo. You guys might see a few new mods because we didn't have any mods last time, so I made some new ones.
Well, Daniel S. has made his triumphant return.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's always been a mod.
All right.
Okay.
We did it. Look at how much space we have. This is weird.
It is weird.
It hasn't been like this in 4 months. Right, Hilo? Right? No one's been able to see Hilo. The Falcon's been in the way. What are you doing? You're trying to chew on my hands.
I thought at least one piece would fall off.
So yeah, putting it on the stand yesterday was harrowing. If you saw Molly's tweet, like it just, all of the top pieces are held on by gravity, and you have to flip it over to put the stand on. So I should have thought of that, taking the top pieces off, but I didn't, and so everything just started to come off of it. It looked like the Falcon after the Kessel Run in Solo. Like, it used to look nice, and then it all fell apart. But everything remained pretty much intact, so all I had to do was, like, rebuild the puzzle.
Yeah. But
Find out where everything
I
went.
was in my office, and I just heard, like, a couple of crashes. Sounded like Lego hitting the table. And then I hear, can you come help?
But we did it.
Phew.
Here's to the Falcon. Now you can...
Hilo, stop. Okay.
Hilo missed seeing the camera.
Okay.
Couldn't see it over the Falcon.
Oh, man. I was gonna say hi to everyone in the chat. Hi, Reefton, Rainman, Brian, Elijah Neal, Caleb Diaz, Stuart, Jane, Isaac. Oh, we already got... Oh, let me read our first super chat.
I assumed that this was like... all the bags are numbered, so I thought that...
Email.
they would be in order, and they're not.
Get down. The bags aren't in order?
Well, they're numbered and everything, but like you have to open multiple bags to get all of these. Like I think, I don't know why they're numbered exactly, but thank you again to Chad, who I think is building this alongside us. He got one for himself.
I'll read this real quick before I read the first super chat, but Templin Institute stopped by and said, building Lego ain't like dusting crops, boy. That's true. They're very different.
It's probably easier, honestly. Dusting crops is probably hard.
You get instructions.
Yeah, I have no idea how to dust crops. This is going to be like the old days of Lego, just a pile. And I'm going to have to sort through it all.
They numbered the bags for the sake of... Wait, where did I read that? Oh, inventory purposes, I guess.
Okay. I thought it was like... I'm just so used to the Falcon bags. Of
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we haven't done a custom set in a while.
I think we've only ever done one other one before. This one looks... I'm impressed by it from what I've seen online. And BD-1 just feels like a set that should exist. Like, he looks like he was made to be built out of Lego.
Yeah. I always thought that they should have released, like, an actual model that you could buy, because he's not very big.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
I'm almost done making noise.
I'm waiting patiently.
I'll keep those in their back. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, someone in chat said, what? A stream with a Lego set that's not the Falcon? Can't remember the last time. It's been a long journey.
18 weeks ago. I think we started at, the first, second week of January? And now it's done.
Yeah. We started back in
it
the...
almost fell apart yesterday.
We started back in the dark times before we got our vaccines. We weren't sure where our lives were headed. Dutch Movie Guy, this set asked if this set isn't released yet. This is a custom set that someone so nicely sent us. Do you have the letter that it came with?
And there's a link to the set in the description.
Okay,
found it on Bricklink.
Yeah, Chad sent us a nice note to our P.O. box, which is also listed in the description, and sent us this set, so it's so cute. All right, let's get to super chat. Lawrence Fletcher. Lawrence is always coming in with the early super chats, I've noticed. Sorry. Trivia, name all 9 Chiss ruling families.
So I did see this, and I did look
Alex
it up.
Cheated on this one.
But I looked it up an hour ago, and I did not memorize them. I read them once, and I was going to see if that helps. Mm-hmm. I know there's 2 that start with C. I think it's Char and Claff. No. Chaff? Chaff and Clar? It's something like that. I'm going to stick with Chaff and Clar. You got your... So that's 2. Your Myth, your Aziri, Ophic, Plek, I think is 1. And Daslak. I think there's one that starts with a D. But that's all I remembered this week. So I imagine this is going to be the new Knights of Ren.
Oh man.
Maybe
that'll get asked at like Dragon Con.
That's what I'm saying, because that's what happened last time. They kept hounding me about the Knights of Ren until I could remember them all, and then it got asked at Dragon Con. So, and that absolutely seems like something Daniel would do. Name all 9 ruling houses, or it'll be like, name as many as you can, but I'll be like, I know all 9 now.
I couldn't tell you if you're right or wrong, because I don't know, and I don't know where to find this list.
There's a website called Wikipedia.
I know
pretty-
about Wikipedia. Doomslayer 420, what's up? Thanks to the super chat. Hey guys, just wanted to say from now on I will only refer to Hunter as Sylvester Stallone. And also I'm starting my first Star Wars set, the Vader helmet. Oh, cool.
Oh, we'll start that maybe next week. That or I kind of want to do the Scout Trooper. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, the Scout Trooper looks cooler in my opinion. I mean, we've seen the Vader helmet over and over.
I've got another one somewhere because they did one for the 40th anniversary.
A Lego set?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's not that impressive. It's smaller, and it was like a bust, not just the helmet. But the Scout Trooper helmet is like something new. I'm excited to get into.
Darth Caradress, thanks for the super chat, says, just thank you so much, you two. You're awesome.
Oh. Thank you.
Thank you.
I always like that screen name because it's Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
Caradress?
Uh-huh. That's the
You've told me this before.
Caradress. It's the mountain that they try to pass over, and Saruman sends a storm after him.
In Fellowship?
Mm-hmm. And then it snows, and like an avalanche happens, and they have to go
yeah.
back. That mountain is Caradress.
Ooh. I need to brush up on my Lord of the Rings trivia for Inner Geekdom stuff.
Are you entering Inner Geekdom?
No, but I like playing along. And I like Lord of the Rings. It's just one of the things that you don't have to study because you know it so well, but like, I wouldn't mind doing a rewatch.
I'll rewatch Lord of the Rings anytime. We have the 4K set, and we haven't watched them in 4K yet, except for the Ride of the Rohirrim on Pelennor Fields. We watched that one scene because you have to.
Yeah, I love Middle Earth. I just don't know as much trivia, nearly as much trivia as he knows. Because it's very similar to Star Wars. There's a lot of names, and a lot of the names sound kind of similar.
A lot of names, a lot of lore.
A lot of lore,
Yeah,
a lot of
you
locations.
got your Aragorn, your Arathorn, your Sauron, your Saruman.
I did get, we were doing, if you are a POV patron, you'll get to see a retro reaction. I think that's where this was. Was this last night? Yeah. And we watched Kalinowski versus Cushing 2. And one of the questions was in the Hobbit films, Benedict Cumberbatch plays two characters, or voices two characters. One is Smaug, and you had to name the other one. And
Did you know it?
I did.
Nice.
Sauron.
Oh, you said Sauron. I mean, that's accurate, but
Well,
I remember, I think Rachel gave both
put like his title
the
and
Necromancer.
everything. But that's who that is, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that absolutely is correct.
Brian says, yes, LOL. I get all the Inner Geekdom questions mixed up in my head, and when we did what reaction to what game, I don't know. There's too much trivia in my head right now. when's the next Jill and Molly happy hour? We will be talking about that real soon. We finally have our guests lined up and the drink recipe lined up.
Oh, did you decide that? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you'll have to wait until whenever I'm back on POV and whenever Jake wants to announce it. Oh, we told him the date. Okay, well the date is, it's the last Saturday of the month, so it's May 29th.
I gotta hand it to these instructions. Compared to building the stand for that thing, these instructions are so much nicer.
Oh, really?
Like for that, I think I put them in the closet, but they were tiny. I should have gotten a magnifying glass to read them, and it wasn't very helpful. It was just like, here are the pieces. Good luck finding out where they go.
Shayless Darkly, thanks for the super chat. Given he thought he was going to win the duel with Anakin and Obi-Wan, what was Count Dooku's vision for the post-Clone Wars state of the galaxy? We've talked about this before, I think.
I assume it would be his basic role already. Like, Palpatine would be in charge. And despite being part of the opposition, like, I think Dooku thought he would be second in command. I mean, he was already a government official. Mm-hmm. So I think it probably, in his mind, it was like, we have struck peace. And I agree to work under Palpatine. Like, in the wake of this Jedi insurrection, we think it's time to set down arms and blah, blah, blah. I could see them pulling some political stuff like that.
Yeah. I want to think that Dooku wanted to just kick back and relax. And
I don't think so.
Maybe go on a vacation.
I'm sure that's what... He might have thought there'd be time for that, but I think ultimately he wanted to have some power and some say.
That's fair. Darth Eloy, thanks for your super chat. Are the Clone Wars a kids show? I think kids tolerate a lot.
They tolerate? I mean, yeah, I would call the Clone Wars, especially in the early seasons, I think it grows up with the audience. We've talked about this before, so I don't know that I would say, like, Season 7 is for kids in the same way that Star Wars Resistance is. But the early seasons are very much more lighthearted and...
They were geared towards kids, yes, I think when it came out. But yeah, as the show goes on, it's kind of like the characters are growing up with whoever's watching it. And I'd say after Season 3, like starting in Season 3, it starts to get a little more... not adult, but...
a little dark. I mean,
yeah.
It's more...
a little darker.
Brutal? I don't know. Like, harsher?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not just droids getting shot. It's like innocent civilians or slaves, or there's definitely a point where it turns around and you're like, oh, this is pretty harsh.
Oh, interesting. Taco Bowler in chat said Clone Wars isn't available on Disney Plus if you make a kid profile.
Huh. That's interesting.
I wonder what the age...
I think that's probably like for a kid. Whenever we say kids, it's hard to define what that means, but I think that's for like a parent to be able to just sit their child down like their 4-year-old.
Oh no, it's not for
right.
that young of a kid.
Right. I think that's what a kid profile is probably for, but I honestly don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, Rain Man said PG-13-ish. I guess that's true.
I think I'd consider most of it PG, but occasionally it dabbles with, like, oh, 4 Mandalorians just got their heads cut off in a split second.
I mean...
But even then, it's not graphic.
Sure. I mean, that's how they get away with violence in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, we use blasters and there's stormtroopers or Geonosians or droids, you know, so we can just hack them into pieces and there's no blood. And
it's true, like, Attack of the Clones is rated PG and like 5 Geonosians get cut in half, like bisected. That's not PG.
Yeah, the kid profile is for anyone under 13.
Really? Huh. Interesting.
Well, they just announced when Mara's playing.
Oh, I thought like some Star Wars news just dropped.
No. May 21st, Mara is playing Kalinowski.
Well, I don't have to worry about that.
You sure don't.
So the instructions keep having me like build one thing and then they're like, you know how to do that now, do it again. But it's just like it doesn't walk you back through it. You have to do it again and it's mirrored. I can do this. I think we're building his feet though.
That's what it looks like. Mark Bell, thanks for the super chat. No message, just wanted a shout out.
Hi, Mark.
I don't know why. I feel like I'm dragging today. I should have had.
Wake up.
I should have had a Red Bull or something.
It's all those prunes you ate.
Hey, you leave my prunes out of this. They are the scrubbing bubbles of food, and they are necessary. I don't know. I think like the weather was kind of rainy and cold
the weather
today.
has been pretty bleh.
Made me want to take a nap. Red Tornado 98, thanks for your super chat. Where did you get that shirt, Alex?
TeePublic. I wish I could remember who designed it. I saw it on Twitter first, and I was like, hell yes, love that. It's on TeePublic. I'll see if I can find it after the stream today, and I can tweet about it. But if you search like TeePublic, High Republic Nile, something like that, I bet you'd be able to find it. Oh, did I do that wrong?
No one asked about my shirt,
I
but
did do that wrong.
It's new too. I need to wash it. It's too big, but it's got like these big neon colors. I'm a fan. I got this on Old Navy.
Really?
Yeah, their website, because I get Instagram ads for all kinds of Star Wars related stuff, and every once in a while it's like fashion or makeup, and then this time it was like Old Navy had a Star Wars shirt, and I saw the ad like 4 times, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that.
Fine.
He made me do it. Caleb Diaz, thanks for the super chat. New celebration dates. See you two in May. Oh yeah, super excited for that. Because, well, first of all, August is awfully close to Dragon Con, so that was gonna be kind of tough for us to do those two so close together. But yeah, I'm super excited. It's Memorial Day weekend, which
I'm happy for that.
I mean, that means like Disneyland's gonna be packed already. I'm hoping that they reinstate it was gonna be like a Star Wars celebration night
Galaxy
at Galaxy's
Nights
Edge
or something.
Like, I hope they reserve a night for a couple hours at Galaxy's Edge just for people who buy the tickets to, like...
It's a celebration.
Yeah.
Have a, like, people at Celebration go nuts.
Well, I think you have to still buy another ticket for...
Yes, but it would be nice if they just opened up the tickets to Celebration people first.
Yeah. Is this from Scout the Bricks?
This set? No.
No.
This is from... I put it in the description, who designed it. Hichiroko, go to edit. Top right. Nope, don't do that. Edit.
Oh.
Molly's about to shut the stream down.
Oh, okay. Hachiroko?
Hachiroko.
24.
There's a link in the description to the set. Definitely feels like, kind of like the stand for the Falcon. Like, pretty sure these are 3D printed bricks. Which is fine, they're working great.
How can you tell?
They don't say Lego on them.
Oh. Yeah, I guess you could 3D print any Lego set. That's crazy, though. I don't know how 3D printers work.
What a world we live in.
I really don't. Like, I remember when they first started coming out, and then, like, regular people could buy them, and I was like, you could make anything. Or just, like, a model of anything, but... technology is freaking me out.
Cosplayers love them.
That's true. Jedi Manda made an awesome looking 3D printed Scarlet Witch, like her
the
headpiece.
head
Yeah, looks really good.
Oh, I meant to ask if people can confirm in the chat that the music is playing this time. I was watching last week's stream and I was like, you can't hear the music at all. So I turned it up a little bit.
I feel like some people have said something about the music.
Okay, good.
Music is playing. Okay.
What?
Ooh, I might butcher this name. Harold Grundichern? Harold Grundichern? I'm sorry, I butcher names. Thank you for your super chat. Do you think in the Bad Batch that we will go to Lothal and maybe meet Ezra Bridger's parents?
I could see that.
Really?
Yeah, I could kind of see that. Just the way, you know, Filoni loves to have his Filoni-verse and the same characters popping up, and see like a young Ezra, like a newborn Ezra. I could see him doing that. Especially if it's like, okay, Kanan's already shown up. I still think that Cal Kestis is going to show up at some point. Whenever they go to Braca. Man, okay, this is hard to get on.
I wonder if Lego frowns upon these kinds of sets.
It's nothing illegal, especially if they're 3D printed, but it's just people using their creativity.
Yeah, I guess. I do think it would be cool if they went to Lothal, and yeah, I guess if they go there, it would make sense to... What? I don't remember what his parents did.
I don't remember what they did before the Empire, but they started like a radio broadcast that was anti-imperial, and that's what got them in trouble.
Yeah, that would be cool to see. You good?
It's just, now I'm like, okay, these are 3D printed, because it's hard to get. Okay, got it.
Oh, man. Dan23, thanks for your super chats. Episode 4, Han mentioned these Imperial ships. Local bulk cruisers / big Corellian ships. What ships are these?
Honestly, I think they're just Star Destroyers, because we see that... I feel like they even talked about this, like the Kazdans. That's why they made Corellia a shipbuilding planet, which, I mean, it's always been very heavily into ships and designs and like the YT line, but I think they were like, yeah, Han has that line about Corellian Imperial ships, so we wanted to show Star Destroyers being built there. Mm-hmm. If I'm remembering the line correctly. I think that's what they said. It's one of those things where it's like...
Any of those kind of throwaway lines in
Right.
A New Hope, it was just like, I don't know what those are. Who knows what he was talking about?
Yeah, like George was just writing down whatever came into his head, and then the cast and crew had to rein him in and be like, okay, some of this stuff you wrote is crazy.
Someone in chat said Ezra's parents were podcasters.
Yeah.
Basically.
Podcasters the government didn't like.
Rod Films, thanks for your super chat. If you had to kill a major character who hasn't died yet in canon, and in turn bring back a major character who has died in canon, who would they be? Ooh. I had to kill someone?
Oh, did I do this? I did that wrong.
Uh-oh. Bring someone... Well, I'd bring back Ben Solo, just out of selfishness. And people are gonna probably be mad at me for choosing him over Luke, but Luke lived a good life. Like, he was I think ready to be done.
I don't think I'd bring anyone back. Like, I'm just, the story did it. Let's go. Let's move on.
Oh, is the camera out of focus?
Oh, it might be this helmet. I'm gonna turn this helmet sideways.
Yeah. Some of the helmets...
I rearranged stuff and now the focus is going crazy.
Some of the helmets that we have, our camera thinks they look like faces.
Who would I bring back?
And then who would I kill that hasn't been killed? Can I say Palpatine? Just again, kill him again.
Just make sure this time.
Who is still alive that I want to kill? I don't want to kill anybody.
Yeah, that one's tougher. I guess I could always say, let's bring Biggs back, but see, I wouldn't want to bring him back from the dead. I just want to see more Biggs stories.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know who I would kill. Yeah, we look at art. Who's in the room? What Funko Pops can we look at for inspiration? I honestly have no idea.
Ooh, I would kill... Wait. Did those stormtroopers that hit Baby Yoda get killed?
I think so, but I'm gonna assume so for now. But it wouldn't surprise me to have them pop back up and like just keep getting abused. But IG-11 looked like he took care of them pretty quickly.
A couple of people saying they'd bring back Leia. If Carrie Fisher were still alive, sure, I would want them to bring back Leia, but
yeah, it's one of those
that
things
one gets
where
complicated. Maybe Moff Gideon? I don't know.
He's not... Oh, you would kill him?
Yeah. I don't like the idea of having to kill someone.
There's no one I can think of where I'm like, their story's done.
Unless Zero the Hutt is still alive. We could do without.
No, he's dead. Sice Noodles killed him.
Oh, nice.
Why are these so... These are just hard to put on.
It's gonna be a very sturdy little BD-1.
Well, weirdly, like, these things aren't very tight. It slides in and out of this really easily, but the bricks that have to go onto these are... There we go.
People are saying they'd bring back 5s, Snap Wexley, L3. Bring back Han just to piss off Harrison Ford.
L3 works because of, her consciousness still exists.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
That'd be cool. Alright, Black Barth, thanks for your super chat. Any chance of a lore series for SWTOR? Would love to see you guys at least playing the original 4 characters class. The 4 chapter class campaign, maybe as a Patreon goal.
That's something I need to do at some point. That's like the one big blind spot I have in Star Wars. I've never played SWTOR. It was one of those where I felt like it passed me by because it came out in college and then like so much content was available when I had time to play it, and I was like, oh, this is intimidating. I don't really have an excuse now. Like, it's still a lot. It still feels intimidating, but...
Man, we've got 400 watchers right now. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. We got 200 likes.
It's definitely something that's been on my mind before.
There's 200 of you out there that either don't like what you're seeing or you just haven't remembered to hit the like button. Anyways, sorry, I interrupted.
That was... it's something that has been on my mind, and I'm like, I should probably play that.
Yeah, because you played KOTOR, and you did a lore play, right?
SWTOR is a lot more of that. But...
Yeah. I mean, that could be fun if there's another, like, lull in new Star Wars content.
That is the thing. It's like, if I'm going to do it, I should do it now, because next year is going to be crazy.
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind watching and learning more about that game. To any new viewers, the BD-1 Lego set that we're building was sent to us. It's a custom set, and the link for it is in the description. Yeah, maybe as a Patreon goal, we could start doing lore play series and maybe start with SWTOR. I don't know. Linum HQ, thanks for your super chat. Why didn't Dave Filoni include Son of Dathomir in Clone Wars Season 7? And is there any chance we will see that fully animated sooner or later?
I do think there's a chance. Same with Dark Disciple, but...
I do too. I feel like all these unfinished arcs of the Clone Wars, I feel like they're going to, like, finish them, put them out, like, release them as these little mini-series.
I think movies, like...
Yeah.
Not arcs, because then you're just doing a season of television again, and they were very adamant that this is the final season of the Clone Wars.
Yeah. I think as little mini-series or, movies would be cool.
I think a movie. But I think that he didn't include it because it wasn't really... All you needed from it, even though it's a good story, I love the comic, it's just like how did Darth Maul get away from Sidious? And, like, they didn't even really cover that. It was just that Darth Maul's on Mandalore now. But I think that they were going to do the Bad Batch, and they kind of just finagled that into the deal. of like, if we're going to do this, then we need to introduce the characters as they were first going to be introduced, and then so that'll wrap up the Rex storyline, and then we'll do an Ahsoka storyline, and then we'll do the two of them together. So I don't think Maul was like the top priority when they were doing the final season. Plus, that story was already out there.
Yeah, I think Dark Disciple would be really cool to see as a little mini movie, or heck, I mean, they could release these as like basically like what they did with the Clone Wars movie and make them like theatrically released, because they saw how well the last season of the Clone Wars did, and like just how excited everybody was.
Right.
I think that
I'm hopeful that
there's no shortage of excitement from Clone Wars content.
I'm hopeful that they saw how excited people were, and they're like, okay, maybe we'll do some more. This is confusing. How does this work?
Red Tornado 98 with another super chat. Have you seen the behind the scenes of Benedict Cumberbatch writhing around the floor as Smaug? I have.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And the fact that they like did the mocap on his face and kind of incorporated that into what the dragon looked like was really cool. But that man knows how to get into character. M. Jolly, thanks for the super chat, just says, did you win your belt back? Well, spoilers for those of you who maybe haven't seen the match. Do you want to talk about it or no?
Do you see a belt here? No, I didn't win it back.
Do you see a belt?
I slipped into character for a second. Nope. It was a good match. Like, it was a great match on Andrew's part. The questions were good. I feel like I played poorly. There are some things I would have changed about how I played, but, that's just on me.
Well, and I've seen people say, like, oh, Alex shouldn't be messing around in IG if he wants to keep the belt or get the belt back, but the thing about IG is, like, it's fun to expand your horizons, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been kind of exciting to get into IG, step out of Star Wars for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
In the Schmodown.
Yes, I have definitely enjoyed that. So I'm not gonna drop out of IG. I don't know if I'll be in the tournament that comes up, because that's Roxy's decision, and if she thinks that I should just focus on Star Wars, then I will.
Yeah. But it's like, ooh, it sucks to be the reigning Star Wars champion for that long, and then to be just expected to never lose. It's like the pressure was super, super high on him for so long. So now that all that pressure's kind of faded away, well, now the pressure's on Andrew. So good luck, Andrew. Yeah, you can relax, you can have fun in the next tournament. Maybe we'll get matched up in the next tournament. That would be really fun for me. I think I'm the only person in the Star Wars division who is like, yeah, match us together. Everybody else is like, no, I don't want to play Alex. But yeah, Andrew has to play Laura next, which, ooh, that's gonna be...
That'll be a good one.
A crazy match. Laura, she played perfect when I played her, so it's hard to beat that.
I mean, I'm never gonna be like, yay, I lost the belt, but I am glad that it is changing hands now. Like, that's how it should be.
Yeah, it was gonna go to someone else at some point.
Someone was gonna win eventually.
So moving on. Word of Nerd, thanks for your super chat. Where do you think Omega could appear in next?
Like outside of the Bad Batch?
Maybe. It just says, where do you think Omega could appear in next?
Star Wars Adventures makes sense for her. Like, I could see them doing some silly stories with her in the Bad Batch that aren't part of the series, but little, like, side adventures. But for now, I think she's probably gonna just be in the Bad Batch for a while. How does this work?
Yeah, I don't see... I mean, I feel like we're gonna learn more about her in the Bad Batch, and then it'd be cool if we saw her, like, pop up in live action or something, but I don't know. It's one thing that I don't do that a lot of other people do is, like, once a new character gets introduced and they're young, people automatically are like, where else could they show up? And what if they're this person in this other movie, or this person in this show? And what if that's Rey's aunt or grandmother? Or it's like,
I mean, I think that's a joke based off of if she is a Palpatine clone.
Mm-hmm.
This can't be right. Hold on. Oh, okay, I see. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm just like, no, she's Omega from the Bad Batch, and that's where the story is going to be told for now. Maybe she'll pop up eventually, but, like, I don't know. I think everyone expects Star Wars to... Not everyone. A lot of people expect Star Wars to be like the MCU, where it's like, it's all connected, and it's like, it's sometimes connected.
yeah.
Not always. Not every character is a clue to something new that's going to be announced in 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, we've only gotten to see her in 2 episodes of this show so far. I'm assuming she'll be in every episode going forward, but I don't want to think too far ahead. Dennis Lofgren, thank you for your super chat. If we ever got a Zelda Breath of the Wild style Star Wars game, which era and planet would you like to be set on? Also, play as a Jedi or someone else?
I mean, for Star Wars, it's like, I feel like things should be galaxy spanning. That's how I prefer my video games anyway. My Star Wars games is like, I wouldn't want it to just be one planet. But if you were stuck on one, Kashyyyk has a lot of wildlife. Dagobah would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Dagobah would be cool.
You'd have to gather stuff to make root leaf stew.
Yeah, that's all you can make. But that okay, Breath of the Wild, Yoda, like that's you're just Yoda trying to survive for your first year on Dagobah.
I wouldn't mind having something set like on Felucia.
Felucia's a good choice.
Or Umbara. Like, those are just cool planets.
Umbara is still a planet. I'd love to see Umbara in Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did that with Dathomir. The first time we got kind of a realistic depiction of Dathomir was in Fallen Order. Like, keep doing that. Bring back some more Clone Wars planets, but make them more grounded. Like Ilum too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like after Fallen Order came out, if they just did that, but in like a Breath of the Wild kind of style game.
Oh no, I wouldn't want that. But
no?
No.
But it's like, who would you want to play as, a Jedi or someone else? My mind automatically goes to a Padawan so that you can learn to use different aspects of the Force. That's and fair. Kind of like up your abilities as you play the game. But like if you're playing as let's say you're playing as Kix. You finally wake up and everyone's gone and you're just a clone, but then it's like, how do you level up quote unquote, if you're not using the Force.
I mean,
in a
you don't
video
have to
game.
level up. Like, RPGs level you up through a variety of different things. It doesn't have to be magical or the Force.
Yeah,
It can just be survival skills. And
that's true.
you bring up Kix, and apparently he is coming back soon, I think in a Star Wars Adventures comic.
Ooh.
So, like, nothing huge, but his time with Sidon Thano is going to be explored, which makes me happy.
Is Quiggold gonna be in it?
Probably.
Are you impressed that I knew his name?
Are you impressed I know what it's called?
Shayless Darkly, thanks for another super chat. This is from what I said earlier, and it just said Molly is dragon with a dragon emoji. Because I said I was dragon,
Oh.
like as in I'm tired for no reason. Yeah,
I like that take on it, though.
yeah, I'm a dragon now. I turned 34, and now every day I wake up and I'm tired. I do nothing.
That's not true.
And well, I'm just saying, like, I do nothing and I'm tired. I feel tired.
Oh, regardless of what activity level.
Yeah. But then it's funny because, like, we'll have all this stuff to do during the day, and then at night, I kind of like force myself to stay up so I can do something fun or, have some me time, and then the cycle keeps going, and I'm tired every day because I'm stubborn. And I'm gonna eat this key lime pie right before going to bed because I want it.
Well,
and it tastes good,
but
I'm gonna get heartburn. And
as things continue to get better and vaccines roll out and stuff, it's like, okay, we're gonna have reasons to leave the house again. So I'm hoping that'll help us adjust our schedules back to something more normal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's up, Brian Ward?
Hey, Brian.
I'm very excited to see some of the posters coming up that Brian has to make.
I save every single poster that he makes of me, even the one with Bly on it.
Lightspeed Bear, thanks for your super chat. Hey guys, I live in London, but I'm hoping to travel to my first ever celebration next year. When do tickets go on sale, and how do you get into panels? I don't know when tickets go on sale, because I know last year's, anyone who had a ticket last year had the option to just carry it over to the next one because of the pandemic. I think some people canceled and got their money back, but
they're probably doing the math and seeing. I'm sure they'll open tickets back up at some point.
Yeah,
they probably have to figure out, okay, how many people carried over, how many people are definitely saying yes, we're coming.
I wonder if they're gonna cap the tickets a little at less of a amount of people.
I don't know, because they did say they're gonna try to distance and have contactless greetings, and I'm like, I dare you to stop me from hugging some of my friends.
I thought about that because on the website for Celebration, it's everyone has to wear masks, social distancing. I even saw that cosplay masks don't count.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you have a Darth Vader mask,
you gotta have a mask on underneath it.
Yes. I don't know how hard they're gonna police that kind of stuff, especially, things might be different by the time we get to May of next year. The CDC might be
I think that's the hope.
We can be a little more relaxed, but for now, I'm kind of glad that they're you know what? This is how it's gonna be. Everyone has to have masks. One of the things said, contactless greetings. And it had a little picture of people saying hello from 6 feet apart.
Is it have you seen Demolition Man?
No.
This is how they do high fives. They don't touch. They're like a contactless society.
was I gonna say? Oh, and then so I said,
Derailed your...
yeah, I said that they were gonna have the hug police out in full force. Like if they see some people hugging, they're gonna be like, no, 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 no,
No touching.
no touching.
I think, yeah, a lot of that is just them saying, right now, this is where we're at. So these are the rules we're saying we're going to enforce. But if things continue to improve, I'm sure they'll be like, never mind, it's safe to be normal.
Yeah. But very excited either way.
Yeah, we'll be going
Oh, and then
regardless as long as it's safe, etc.
how do you get into panels? So when you buy your ticket, you can go to any panel you want.
Well,
With the exception of the like super big panels, I think they do the lottery system.
I assume they're going to keep the lottery system instead of like wait in line overnight.
Yeah. Which the lottery system was tough but fair, I think.
I prefer the lottery system, but that's because we had that experience where we did wait in line overnight and then
Didn't get in.
through people cutting line, and then we didn't get to go into that panel after sleeping on the concrete all night, and so that sucked.
Yeah.
So
and
I'm like, you know what? I'm 34. I'll watch it from.
I'm
I'm 34. I'll watch it from my hotel room.
Yeah. And even I think we even got into some panels and we didn't even go. Like I didn't go to the Mandalorian panel because
Yeah, but I
it
took
was snowing that morning.
Andy with me instead.
Yeah,
So like,
that's true.
it's not like there was an empty seat next to me.
Yeah. And I feel like they didn't take into account all the people with like special passes and special wristbands and their friends and their plus ones, and it's like, I don't know, I think they just let a ton of people in right as the doors opened. And then yeah, there were like 50 people, us included, at the back of the line that they were like, well, sorry you waited in line overnight and slept on concrete. We're full. Get out of here. That was in
That was Orlando.
Orlando,
right?
yeah. So I guess I prefer the lottery.
But to Celebration's credit, despite that being our very first Celebration experience for any panel, it was still an amazing weekend, and like that didn't ruin anything at all.
Honestly, after that, it was almost better because then we were like super chill with the idea of just watching the panels from our hotel room, like all the big panels. And then smaller panels, you probably have to still wait in a line for, but not for very long. And some panels you can just walk into. Mm-hmm. We hope to have a panel, maybe not our very own panel, but might be on a panel.
Well, we submitted a panel idea for when it was supposed to be this past year, the 2020, the first Anaheim Celebration, whatever. So we'll submit that again and see if they accept it. But that won't just be us; it'll be a group of people.
We'll have guests and stuff. Yeah.
If it gets approved.
We could put ourselves on the list for like the podcasting stage, but we're not really.
I always feel
podcast.
like we've never done that because I'm like, yeah, we're not podcasts, and
Well, we'll see. We'll see what kind of ideas we can come up with. Matt McDonald, thanks for your super chat. Hello, random one. What do you think the possibility that Rothgar Dang from the Kajimi Cantina in episode 9 is actually Dengar years after the original trilogy? Okay, so the guy with like the really scary messed up face.
yeah. I mean, I think that's what it's supposed to be.
That seems like the nod that they're going for with the name.
They even kind of, in the Rise of Skywalker dictionary, says like he was once a famed bounty hunter and like he's wearing a similar. I think chances are high. Whether or not they ever confirm that, I don't know. But I think that's what they were going for.
It's high. It's very high.
Oh, man. Wait. Man, they keep flipping the little set on me, and I'm like, how? What? Okay. I get it now.
Marlon Rando, thanks for the super chat. What do you think Ezra will be like in the Ahsoka show, since it's like 10 years after Rebels?
Is
that true? 10 years?
If the person they cast as Ezra, which is still...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot they cast him.
I mean, yeah, Ahsoka, the show, takes place about 10 years after Ezra went missing. So, I don't know. Like...
I think Ezra will be similar, but a little bit hardened.
Well, I kind of hope they fill in that gap, because I want to know what happens to him and Thrawn right after they go missing.
I mean, that's the big thing that everybody wants to know, I think. Like, how long were they together? And like,
10 or so years, I guess.
But what I'm saying is, like, did time work differently, and did they feel like they weren't gone for very long, but then they get back and it's been 10 years, or...
Nah, I don't think so.
I guess that wouldn't work if they're gonna...
All they did was go through hyperspace.
Aged, so. Yeah. I don't know. I imagine they became good friends. And then, like, once they got back, Thrawn was like, all right, we're not friends anymore. Get out of here.
It'll be interesting to see that. Like, I'm split on the fact that we're going to see Ezra so late down the line without knowing how things went, but I'm sure we'll figure it out eventually.
Oh, another name that I might butcher. Star Rugiri? I think I said that right. Thanks for your super chat. I've been loving the Bad Batch so much lately. If Bad Batch goes chronologically as long as the Clone Wars or Rebels, I'm psyched to see Omega get way older. Yeah, we talked about this in our breakdown on the Clone Zone. If you haven't checked it out, every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, check out our live stream, the Clone Zone, where we talk about Bad Batch.
Has the name grown on you?
It has.
It was your idea.
It was my idea. And then I was like, it sounds too much like the Bone Zone, and that's weird.
You're only making it weird. That's your fault.
I do that, don't I? Yeah, we talked about, like, is Omega going to age up as quickly like the clones do? They age twice as fast, or is she like Boba? I assume she is gonna age.
I do too. It'll be interesting to see, because we don't know what her, or really the full extent of the Bad Batch's modifications are.
Yeah.
So, it might be different, but I think for now, just assume they'll age twice as fast, because I think that makes for interesting storytelling.
Yeah, me too.
It's just something different.
I've also really been enjoying the Bad Batch. I wasn't sure that I would love it. I knew that I would probably enjoy it, but I love a good new dad story, just like Mando and Grogu, Din having to learn how to take care of Grogu. I love that the Bad Batch is basically the dad batch now, and they have to all kind of learn how to get along with not just each other, but also Omega, and like how to just take care of a small human.
That is my one kind of... I'm enjoying the story very much, and I have faith that it's going to differentiate itself, but I am like, this is so similar to The Mandalorian and its setup, but we're only 2 episodes in, so I'm sure, by the end of this season, it's going to have 16 episodes, the same amount as The Mandalorian, so I think it'll be very different by that point.
Yeah. Minerva Hall, thank you for your super chat. I don't know if you guys have speculated on this yet, but do you think they will end up removing Crosshair's inhibitor chip with Rex's help? I'm just super unsure of what they're gonna do with Crosshair.
I think he's gonna come back around. I think that they're gonna not want to give up on their brother, and especially once they learn what Tech just needs to be like, here's everything I know about the chips.
Yeah, well, and Omega seems to know a lot about them too, because she was Nala. What was it? Nala
Say's medical assistant.
I kind of feel like Crosshair, out of everyone in the Bad Batch, Crosshair was going to be the one to kind of defect even without the chip going off. He was just kind of like already in that mindset of like following orders and just doing whatever. But so with that in mind, I don't know that he's going to be redeemed.
I think that's a fair point, and also it would be super tragic if he were to get his chip taken out, and then he's like, no, I'm still bad. Like, if they were like, all we have to do is get his chip out, and then he'll be one of us again. And he's like, no, that wasn't it. I think that'd be sad.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, no, I agree with the Empire. I think this is what we need.
I think that's a possibility.
We need this kind of order and tyranny, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, yeah, and to be fair, before we saw the first episode, everyone was like, oh, Crosshair's totally going to betray them. We didn't know the chip would be involved, and everyone was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Linum HQ, thank you for your super chat. Son of Dathomir or Dark Disciple to be animated. If I had to pick between those two, I'd go Dark Disciple. Ventress is such an interesting character to me. And just to see that story animated and told the way that Dave Filoni would have wanted it to be shown, I think it would be really cool. Not saying that the book is not what Dave Filoni wanted, but
to see it fully realized.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dark Disciple as well, because, you know, Maul had his story wrapped up in Rebels. Like, Ventress, it would be nice to see her story wrapped up.
Yes.
On screen. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Stuff's falling apart. Oh, come on.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Alex is riding the struggle bus today.
I was doing fine up until a second ago. How did this go on?
Jane Dalton, thanks for your super chat. What is y'all's favorite Star Wars related cameos, such as Mark Hamill in The Simpsons or Adam Driver on SNL? Oh, okay. Okay.
Adam Driver's SNL skits were always very funny. Like the
Matt, the radar technician.
Mm-hmm. I'm not familiar with The Simpsons at all. I think... Hold on, let me find this piece I just dropped.
Isn't Carrie Fisher in Mallrats? Or one of the Jay and Silent Bob movies?
She is in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
As Carrie Fisher,
yeah.
Right?
Oh, I know. I think she plays a nun or something.
Oh, wait. Yeah, she does. What am I thinking
And Mark
of?
Hamill's in that movie, too. Come on.
I do think the Adam Driver on SNL the second time, I think I liked it better.
What was the second time that...
Well, just the second time he came back to reprise Matt the radar technician.
Uh-huh. Well, he was like so-and-so the intern. I can't remember what his...
Or, yeah, whatever. But I'm just saying that I think I'm going to say Adam Driver, but the second time he was on SNL rather than the first time.
I think I like Matt the radar technician more, but I like them both. I definitely dropped a piece, and I don't know where it went. There it is.
This is where the fun begins.
I found it. But I don't know where it goes.
I'm trying to think of other cameo instances. Oh wait, Fanboys. I know we've seen that. I can't remember what cameos are in it. It's been a long time since we saw that.
It has been a long time since we saw that. Starting to look like BD.
Carrie Fisher plays herself in Scream 3,
Does she?
which also features a Jay and Silent Bob cameo. Really? I don't remember that.
I think 3 is the only Scream movie I have not seen.
Oh yeah, well, maybe we haven't seen that one. Because I know we watched 4 recently. Or by recently, I mean like, I think last year or the year before. Mark Hamill on The Muppet Show, yeah.
I'll say this isn't anyone... Oh, well, Billy D. Williams showing up in Scrubs was fun.
Oh yeah!
But I was going to say when in episode, I think 6 of Scrubs, they do the first Star Wars fantasy that JD has, and I lost my mind when I saw that. I remember being so excited.
So excited.
I like jumped off the couch. My parents were probably like, chill. But I loved it. And hearing...
That's the one where he imagines what's her name in the gold bikini, right?
No. That never happens in Scrubs. What are you talking about?
You said fantasy.
Yeah, they're all... JD has fantasies.
Yeah.
Like daydreams.
Does he not imagine what's her name?
Elliot?
Yeah, Elliot with the buns.
I don't think so. Are you thinking of Friends?
Maybe. What are you talking about?
It's when Dr. Cox and Dr. Kelso are having like an argument, and then JD dreams it to be like Darth Vader and Obi-Wan fighting each other.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember that. No.
See, you gotta turn everything dirty.
I do not. I just assume a teenage boy.
Nope. That's you turning it dirty.
You're...
It's you and it's the clone zone all over again.
Boys' minds are always dirty. I don't care I don't care what anyone says. Crix Teas, thank you for your super chat. Love it or hate it, what do y'all think are the 10 most likely things to happen in the Kenobi series? Oh boy.
10 most likely things. Oh god.
Why don't you pick 5 and I'll pick 5? 10 most likely things. Flashback.
Clone Wars flashback. Yeah, I like that.
Clone Wars flashback. Commander Cody appearance.
I was gonna say Qui-Gon Jinn appearance. They're keeping
Qui-Gon Jinn
keeping a
appearance.
lid on that one.
Yoda Force Ghost appearance, maybe.
I mean, he's not dead yet.
Oh. Yeah. Well.
But they could do a World Between Worlds commune something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Yoda. Period. Like
Yoda's in it.
Yoda is gonna be in it at some point.
See, I would have said like Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen, but that's happening. So young Biggs for sure.
Young Biggs. Inquisitors. I'm not sure about that, but it sounds likely.
That's sounding more and more likely. Moses Jones on May 4th showed off her like skills with a lightsaber in a video. So it's making that post she made about like, I play with lightsabers, where everyone was like, does she, or is she just saying something Star Warsy? It's like, oh no, she's been training with lightsabers. So if we're gonna have some lightsaber wielders, I would hope for Inquisitor over Jedi.
Although, I'll say Jedi. Just a Jedi. Not sure if it's going to be one that we know of. Maybe we see Joe Castanew.
She's dead. She's dead well before then.
Okay. Maybe we see a Jedi. I don't know.
That's something I don't want to happen, really, but just knowing Star Wars, I'm like, it probably will.
Tashi Station.
There you go. That's a good one.
2 more.
Jabba.
Or at least a Hutt. The Hutt clan.
Jabba makes sense.
If we're on Tatooine. I'll let you pick the last one.
You already did Cody. You already did Inquisitor. I mean, young Luke. It's gonna happen. if Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen are there.
Yeah. Someone said Jar Jar.
That was a rumor floating around for a while. I don't know why, but
I think you could toss any name into a basket that could and would still be alive and call that a rumor.
Yeah.
At this point. But yeah, those are our 10 our 10 most likely things to show up in the Kenobi series. Miranda here, thanks for your super chat. Which of these Rise of the Empire characters are likely to show up in the Bad Batch? The Graf family, Dr. Silo, Count Vidian, Brendel Hux, or the Grand Inquisitor?
The Grand Inquisitor makes a lot of sense, because again, Filoni-verse. Mm-hmm. I like Brendel Hux. I like that a lot.
I do too, because he was introduced in Phasma, right?
Yes. Well, Servants of the Empire. But he's someone that's part of the Empire and then the First Order. Mm-hmm. So I like that one, connecting things to the sequel trilogy in a natural way. Vidian, I'm like, no, but he was in Kanan's like introductory story, the first book that came out in the new canon. He was the villain in that. Mm-hmm. But he's so weird. He's a weirdo. So I feel like that's unlikely. I wouldn't be surprised to see Krennic pop up too.
Ooh, yeah. I really want Krennic and Dryden Voss to show up. I think those would be cool.
Dryden Voss, I'm like, yeah, that's happening. Look to the models. They didn't make a character model for Dryden Voss for one shot in the Clone Wars. Nope.
No?
They did not.
Joker's Movie Network, thank you for your super chat. Would you consider making some Legacy era videos? I find that time period to be so fascinating, but I don't know enough about it.
Those were like some of the last comics that were coming out back in the day.
What does that mean, Legacy era?
It was a Star Wars Legacy was the name of this comic, and it takes place like 100 years after Return of the Jedi. Oh. And it's about Luke's descendant. We don't know exactly where. Cade Skywalker.
Oh, okay.
That's where Darth Talon is from.
Oh, okay.
I've made some before, but it's been a while. Like, I made some back in the Star Wars Minute days. But I wouldn't... Like, I don't think I read all of them when they were coming out. I wouldn't mind revisiting it and going back through it. Yeah, I think I could do that. I like that idea.
Someone said the music is getting louder?
Probably just
the
song.
Might just be the song.
The song that came on.
Let us know if the music is too loud. Vital Gaming, thank you for your super chat. Was lucky enough to see some of the Andor filming here in the UK. What aspect of the show are you looking forward to? Well, I want to say him and K2SO meeting for the first time, but then there was talk that wasn't going to happen in the first season, right?
Correct. Hold on, I'm trying to figure something out because this absolutely doesn't work the way they want me to do this.
I want to see 6-year-old Cassian just because of that one line. Like, oh, you were in this since you were 6? Let's see it. Prove it. Give me a young Tivik too. Why not?
Tivik, I do think, should be in it because that will make his death in Rogue One even worse.
Ooh.
That it's like,
Yeah.
no, and you could tell they had some history, and it's like, no, he didn't just shoot someone that he just met. Like, they've done things together. We see, like, and maybe his arm gets hurt, and it's Cassian's fault. And, like, it's just, I think they should really drive that kind of stuff home.
I want to see more stuff on Jeddah. I don't know that we will, but because I know this is like the Cassian show, but do you think he had been to Jeddah before we see him go there in Rogue One?
Oh, there we go. He seemed familiar with it.
Yeah.
I mean, he at least knew what it was, and he had a contact there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's possible.
Mavith the Reaper, thank you for your super chat. Alex, you were a boss champ and will be back in the saddle. And love you, Alex and Molly, sending positive vibes. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You were a boss champ.
I mean, I'm always going to be the greatest champ there ever was, but
You're allowed to say that.
I do think that the days of defending the belt 4 times in a row in the Star Wars division are over.
Well, that's what Andrew keeps saying he wants to do, is to defend it 4 times, but in 1 year.
Now's the time to do it.
I don't, because, like, I mean, yes, that would be impressive, but you just never got the chance to do that because it was like
I only played like once a year.
1 or 2 Star Wars matches a year, and now we're getting 2 tournaments and like tons of games. So
Yeah, it was just a different division. But yeah, I think that's going to be very hard to do now.
which I'm excited to see it just be kind of tossed around.
It should.
Maybe it'll land in my hands one day. Who knows?
It should.
Linum HQ, thanks for the super chat. How'd you guys react to the few seconds of Revenge of the Sith being animated in the Bad Batch? I don't want to say shocked, but I was like very intrigued that they animated some of that stuff, because I was like, wait, is this going to be part of the show, or are we going to have flashbacks or like see parts of exactly what happened in Revenge of the Sith in this show? But I don't know. I think they may have just done it for that intro.
I think they just did it just because they could. And I liked it. I'm definitely not in the camp of people being like, animate the whole story of Revenge of the Sith that way. And I'm just like, why not just watch Revenge of the Sith? But I feel the same way about... That's why I've never seen one of the Disney live action remakes. I'm like, I'll just watch The Lion King.
Yeah.
I don't need...
Although Jill has told me several times that the Aladdin live action movie is very much worth watching, so...
I should give one of them a shot. I guess I'm very cynical about just...
If we give one
I'd
of them
rather
a
get
shot,
a new story.
I'd rather it be Aladdin just because I'm curious.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I liked it.
Sleep of Giants, thanks for your super chat. It just says, a money.
Thanks, Sleep.
Thank you for a money. Sleep of Giants. B Kenobi, thank you for your super chat. Sorry for not getting the belt back, Alex, but you're always Star Wars explained to us. That's true.
I honestly
No one
did
can
think,
ever take that name away.
I did think a little bit about Ted Lasso. And that, like, you know, having the belt is not who I am.
Yeah.
Because, like, Roy Kent goes through that of, like, he's not going to be... He's afraid he won't be Roy Kent anymore. And it's like, that's not who you are.
Yeah. Be a goldfish. Except that would suck for studying.
That's true.
Nathan Taggart, thanks for the super chat. Do you think Ahsoka ever wanted to freeze Grogu in carbonite like she did with all those babies and the Simpsons crossover? Is that the new one?
Oh, I almost said that. Yeah. So I think the
haven't
only
seen it.
Simpsons thing I have watched from start to finish is that 3-minute short. And yes, that was funny.
I have to pee.
You can go.
Right.
We're getting close to the end here, though.
Yeah. Here's the screen if you need to.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
But I would think that Luke probably was tempted to do that at some point. Maybe more so Ben, when he was training Ben as a youngster. Grogu doesn't seem like, he's ever trying to be bad. He's just a baby. But Ben, he probably got into some trouble. That Luke was like, I wish I could just freeze this child. This just flip it over, okay. Lionum HQ, thanks for your super chat. What happened to Rookcast, and do you think she is the armorer? Man, I thought that she was going to be Sabine's mom. That made so much sense to me. Like, that was a theory that was thrown around when Rebels was still on. Oh, God. And I was like, yes, I'm on board with this. It makes sense. And then that didn't happen, and that's fine. But, yeah, what did happen to her? I don't think she's the armorer, because unless she just went really hard into, like, the old school, this is the way kind of thinking, I think the armorer is a new person, a new character. I think that makes more sense. But if it turns out that, yeah, she's the armorer, I'll be like, yeah, okay. I can buy that. But what I bought more was that she would be Sabine's mom. Like, they even kind of looked similar. I was surprised that she was even in the Clone Wars, because especially if you're not going to do anything with her. So, maybe she is the armorer. I can see some evidence for it, but I think it makes more sense that the armorer is just a new character. Welcome back.
Being Sage, thanks for the super chat. Could Omega be Rey's mom? No.
No.
I'm just gonna say no.
No. We've seen Rey's mom.
Yeah, we saw her mom and her dad, and just because her mom had like dirty blonde hair.
I wouldn't even say that. I thought she had brown hair.
Maybe she did. I can't remember.
Was it covered up? I can't remember.
I just remember seeing the actress.
Yeah. I think this is Snoke all over again. No, I think Omega is just Omega.
Yeah.
I'm sure she is.
She's Omega.
Omega. I'm Omega. She's related in some way to, like, Palpatine, not necessarily by blood. People throw out the issue like a combination of Jango and Palpatine. Maybe. I'm not going to write that off completely.
Yeah.
But I think that's as far as the connection would go. I don't think Omega's going to be like some galaxy-changing person. I think she's a little girl who's going to grow and learn and teach us lessons.
Do the joints move?
Yeah, but be careful. I mean, you can, like, the legs just come off very easily. But yes, the joints move.
I just wanted to do this. Cool.
Yeah, the legs aren't super in there.
Isabel Giller, thank you for your super chat. If Vader and Kenobi fight 9 years before A New Hope, do you think it retcons Vader's lines, which insinuate they haven't seen each other since he turned?
Maybe, but I don't think they care. And I don't really think they should. It's one line in the movie. One
line, and even that one line, it's just Vader being dramatic.
Right. He is a drama queen or king. Those Skywalkers are all about the drama. Like, even if they do kind of sort of retcon that, I'm like, I'd much rather see this series and explore Kenobi at this point in time than not. Because they're like, we can't because of that one line. Although that said,
not true.
I was still, and I still kind of am in the camp of like, I'd much rather Obi-Wan stay on Tatooine, not leave. Like, his mission is to guard Luke, and I'm sure they have a good reason for him to leave if he does. So I do kind of not want him to face Vader. I think he's going to, and I've accepted that, but I don't know. When they were first talking about it, I was like, I don't want him to go hunt down Vader. Like,
Well, we don't know that he's going to go hunt him down.
Yeah, it depends on how they do it. And I trust them, and I'm sure I'm going to love it. And like, yes, I want to see Ewan McGregor, Kenobi, fight Darth Vader. I think it'll be cool.
I feel like that, if people are going to call that a retcon, that is a retcon that most people should be okay with.
Again, like, that line doesn't have to explicitly mean like, we haven't seen each other in a long time.
Yeah.
It means when I last faced you, I was the learner and you were the master, and I don't know. We got to see how the fight goes before we make that call.
Yeah. I feel like if they meet up in the Kenobi series, he's still going to associate Obi-Wan as his master. Mm-hmm. And him as the learner. So he's still going to want to use that as a jab to Obi-Wan and be like, now I'm way more powerful. Like, now
it's basically,
I can definitely beat you.
It's, you know what it is? It's the same thing as Anakin telling Dooku, my powers have doubled since the last time we met. It's very dramatic, very Anakin.
Yeah.
And when you first see Revenge of the Sith, you're like, oh, they haven't seen each other in 3 years. But then you watch the Clone Wars and they're like, they saw each other last week.
Yeah.
Your powers have doubled, Anakin? Have they?
Yeah.
It's just him being dramatic.
That's a perfect example.
I'm gonna put that in the memory banks for I feel like I'm gonna
start a Twitter thread. Hitman Hudson, thanks for the super chat. In Revenge of the Sith, how many times does Obi-Wan shoot Grievous with a blaster while hanging from a ledge?
Molly, you got this.
5 times.
Yep.
It's a lot of times.
That's too many times, Obi-Wan. I mean, he's a big, scary machine man, so I understand wanting to make sure.
Big, scary machine
5 times in the lungs and heart.
He's tired of fighting with this big, scary machine man and his wheel bike. I would be too. Rookcast, thanks for the super chat. Attack of the Clones 20th year anniversary at Celebration ?
Sounds likely. I mean, it's definitely the 20th year anniversary year-wise, so and it'll be close in month and date-wise. But yeah, they've done that for the Phantom Menace. They were gonna do it for Empire last year, and they didn't get a chance to. So I'm sure they're gonna do a 40th anniversary celebration of Clones.
You know what I wish, or who I wish would go to Celebration is Natalie Portman.
Yeah. Maybe they'll get her. Who knows?
They
got Harrison Ford. If they can get Harrison Ford.
Yeah. I know she's in Marvel now, and she's doing the new Thor, which, I mean, that stuff's already filming, so hopefully
might be filming in LA. Like, they can bus her down.
On a bus.
Yeah. That's how they get her.
I mean, maybe if she, maybe she has her own tour bus, that's feasible, but they'd probably fly her around.
No, put her on a Greyhound.
I think those only exist on the East Coast.
Really?
I'm not sure, actually. Lord Hosk, thanks for another super chat. Podcast stage, Eckhart is the only Star Wars podcast. I would disagree. I think that's a joke.
It's something they say in their Tapcaf transmissions. Because obviously there's a billion Star Wars podcasts, so
yes.
When he starts it, he's like, welcome to the only Star Wars podcast on the internet.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought someone was just a huge Eckhart stan.
And nobody likes that guy. Just want to make it clear. I love Eckhart Slatter. He's a great person.
And Templin.
No, he's terrible. Want to make it clear. We don't like the Templins. I'm kidding. That's so that you can't joke on the internet.
He plays D&D with
I know.
Mark.
Well, there was recently Mark shared a comment with me about how someone said Templin Institute used to hang out or like do stuff with Eckhart Slatter and Star Wars Explained all the time, and they don't anymore, so there's got to be some drama there. And we were like, okay, well, we're going to play D&D with each other literally right now.
Drama!
Just watching what people create in their minds about YouTubers. Why? I don't understand. Oh, I was like, I am missing some pieces. Nope, they were just hidden.
Messaging. So we're having some people over tonight for like a potluck dinner. So I probably need to wrap this up and
We got 20 minutes.
Yeah. I was just messaging them to let us know if they get here and we're still streaming.
They gotta wait outside in the rain.
Shayla Starkley, thanks for another super chat. Spoiler, Ezra and Thrawn wind up at a food court in a Coruscant mall eating stale pizza.
I like the idea that that's where the whales take them. Just like crash into a food court mall, whales and all. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I guess we'll just stay here for 10 years.
Alden Carlson, thanks for 2 super chats. Oh, I see. Additional text below. How do blasters work? Do they need to be reloaded?
It depends on the story, the author, the game, the blaster.
I think because there's been mixed stories about this.
Definitely mixed explanations.
They do take ammo. Because
sometimes.
I know I've read about blasters taking ammo. Also, they can jam.
Yep.
As we see in A New Hope, but that could just be like water damage. I don't know. Or yeah, they could overheat. That could be
I'll put that on raw.
The issue.
Hold on. Yeah, like the games especially Battlefront, treat them as like they just need to overheat, or they can overheat and they don't have ammunition, but some definitely take ammo packs.
Thermal clips is what Rayman said.
I mean, that's just someone hand waving away all of these inconsistencies.
Here's ammo.
Yeah, okay, the thermal pack, sure. It's just like the game is gonna do what it needs to do for the gameplay, and books are gonna do what they want to do.
I think a blaster is only going to need ammo and to be reloaded if the story calls for it. If we need a really dramatic moment where someone runs out of ammo and has to switch out their thermal clip, then they'll put it in a Star Wars. It makes me think of Baze's giant gun.
Right.
And it has like what looks like what do they call it? A bunch of rounds hanging off of him on like a chain or something like that.
I think I've done this wrong 2 times in a row now.
Also,
how does this work?
Isn't Chewbacca's thing, isn't that ammo?
His bandolier, yeah, I think it's supposed to be.
Or it's a bunch of tiny flasks. Hitman Hudson, thanks for the super chat. In Tross, Zori Bliss tells Poe that she heard Poe was spotted where? That would be Monk's Gate. Whatever that looks like on Kajimi, which probably isn't there anymore. Definitely
is not.
Is not there anymore.
Right, there's... This is another, like, the instructions at the end here are, like, a little bit... You can figure out where this piece goes, right? Where does this go?
It's looking really cute so far with its little legs.
About to put the head on. Getting close to the end here.
Well, it's 7:42.
I'm moving.
Like 10 minutes. Vinny729, thanks for your super chat. Have you watched first episode of Bucketheads? It dropped today from Transmute Pictures on YouTube. Highly recommend it. Band of Brothers for Stormtroopers.
I haven't seen it yet, but I saw the trailer when they put it out on May 4th, and I thought it looked great, so I do want to watch it. The effects are insane.
Is that the fan film that you told me about?
Mm-hmm. It looked fantastic, so yeah, I have not seen it yet, but I will.
Shayla Starkley for another super chat. Are there canon examples of huts that are not connected with organized crime? I mean, Rada the Hutt.
I mean,
as a
his
baby.
father was, yeah. I'm sure there are. I'm trying to remember, like, even Beldorion, the, like, Force-sensitive Hutt, I'm pretty sure had ties with the Hutt clans. I think that's just kind of what they do.
Yeah,
There's
but
gotta be someone.
I hope to see Rada or just eventually a Hutt somewhere that is just living their lives.
Yeah.
Not living a life of crime. Doing something good. Whatever that Hutt lit is doing in, what was it? Not Mos Espa, Mos Pelago?
Oh, yeah. That's probably the...
Is that what it's called?
Yes. It's an infant, so that... it feels like it needs to make the decision for itself to not live a life of crime, but yeah, it seems like it's being raised the right way.
Yeah, whoever's raising the Huttlet at Mos Pelago, I think that hut is probably safe.
Okay, the way they did the eyes is really cool. I like that.
Cute. Angel Acevedo? I hope I said that right. Thanks for your super chat. I had some complications post-surgery and was in the hospital for 2 days. Just want to say you two helped me through some of the darkest days I've had. Whoa. I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry you were stuck in the hospital, but I'm glad you're out now.
Yeah. Surgery is no joke. That's some scary stuff. So glad we could help. That reminds me, so I went to the dentist recently and I have to go back tomorrow, but my dentist always remembers vaguely what I do for a living, because they're always like, you do that thing on the internet, right? What's it? It's a podcast? And I was like, no, it's a YouTube channel. And they're like, that's what it is. And what's it about? I'm like, Star Wars. And they're like, oh yeah. And then they go on and on about their kids liking Star Wars and which clients they have that like Star Wars. And they're like, I'm going to tell those clients about you and your channel.
Oh my gosh.
Benjamin Ubin, thanks for your super chat. Super chats are no good out here. I need something more real. Oh, I said that.
Yeah, you gotta say it right. I need something more real.
Super chats are no good out here. I need something more real. I can't do it like Dan.
Well, no one can do it like Dan.
Not even Andy Secombe.
Well, I mean, he gets a pass because he created it.
I feel like that was probably really loud. I did that close to the mic. Sorry. Jane Dalton, thanks for another super chat. Being that War for the Bounty Hunters is going to extend into October, do you think there will be any character crossovers or lead in for Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah,
That'd be interesting.
I think that makes sense. As to who, I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if Lucasfilm were like, hey Charles, while you're doing this, could you just pop in some little teases for what's to come?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that makes sense.
I haven't read War for the Bounty Hunters, so I'm not super clear on all the characters, but I think...
Well, they haven't really introduced
Yeah.
a whole lot of new stuff yet.
I feel like that would be a perfect excuse to run a crossover between the two.
There's only been 2 issues of it so far as well. The second one came out, or the second prelude came out today.
Brian Ward said, note to self, Molly Watto Photoshop. I approve. Nathan Taggart, thanks for your super chat. How do you think Ezra and Thrawn survived their light speed jump? The Purgle shattered all of the windows on Thrawn's ship.
I don't know. I don't think we're...
I mean, I don't think we're gonna figure out that they died from... the lack of oxygen.
Like, Star Wars has always played pretty fast and loose with the rules of space
Yeah.
and vacuum, and, like, I'm just happy to accept that, yeah, they're alive, they're fine, whatever.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, I feel like Ezra probably made like a little force bubble around the two of them, and they had enough time to like get to an escape pod, or I mean, the way ships...
I think they're gonna stay on that ship.
Yeah, I mean, the way ships work, you just go into the other room and you
Yeah,
close
there
the
you go.
hatch. You depressurize or repressurize after something's been depressurized.
Yeah, they just went to another room. That makes sense.
Yeah, Daniel S. Force bubble or something.
Mm-hmm. That's all you need.
And John Paladin, thank you for your super chat. Can we talk about how poorly Tarkin has aged in just a few years in the Bad Batch? He must be so stressed out. I mean, I think everyone is pretty stressed out in this moment of time in Star Wars history, but yeah, they animated his like weird age spots, sunspots on his head, and like his hairline is really receded, but that's just Tarkin. Is he done?
I still have extra pieces. No.
He's so cute.
I'm gonna assume those were extra, because that looks pretty good. I think I did it.
Aww.
And it does look good.
I want him to like move around. Ooh, careful. I'm gonna do a close up. We've got one more super chat to read, and then we'll probably...
His head fell
Oh
back.
no.
Like, you can't...
Oh,
He is a little hard to pick up, but
cute.
he looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is a... You can't really play with this BD-1, but he looks good sitting there.
You can put him on your shrine.
Yeah, I was gonna put him with my other Fallen Order stuff.
He's so cute.
I think it's pretty great.
Does his head move?
little. There's like a joint.
I love his little weird little eyes.
Mostly goes up and down with his head.
Love it.
I love it.
All
Thanks
right.
again, Chad.
Yeah. Phil VE with the last super chat we have on here. Oh my goodness. Look
See,
at this.
It just doesn't.
My hands.
The legs are the.
I had nothing to do with that. Maybe that's part of the cuteness appeal. The legs just fall off and you put them back on. It's fun. Phil VE, thanks for your super chat. If you were invited to a set of a current or future Star Wars production to shadow someone, which one would you want to visit and who'd you want to hang out with? I mean, obviously, Mandalorian. I'd want to hang out with Grogu and Pedro.
That's tough. I mean, I think Rogue Squadron is probably the one I'll have to choose. Oh man, I had him standing so well, and now I feel like I've ruined it. Oh!
Oh no! Everything's falling apart.
Balance is all off. What did I do?
Daniel S. said, someone get BD a stim pack. Yeah, this feels like a set that, like, once it's built, you put it on a shelf and you leave it there.
Yep. Just gotta get his center of gravity right.
Yeah, the balance is kind of tricky. Oh, careful.
I got him right and then I just hit him. I think I would probably go with Rogue Squadron.
Yeah. Well, I mean, assuming they got your audition tape.
Yeah, hopefully I'll just be on the set, but it seems unlikely.
Well, we are all caught up with super chats. We
That's
are
perfect timing.
done. Yeah, you finished that set right on time. Got 5 minutes to spare before we have our potluck dinner, and you guys have been great. We had a lot more people watching tonight than we normally do, so thank you to all the new viewers, and thank you so much to everyone who sent in super chats. We have so much fun doing these LEGO streams. What are we starting next week?
Probably Scout Trooper helmet. I think that's what I'm feeling.
So we'll do a couple of smaller sets, and then
We'll dive back into the Cantina, a big set.
At some point, we'll hit the Cantina, which is another very big set.
Yeah, we'll have some variety for a little bit, and then we'll go do the Cantina.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're almost. Oh wait, no, we got to 400 likes.
Hey.
But thank you again for everyone watching, and we will see you next week. Bye.
I will see you on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be doing Clone Zone on Friday.
Tune in to the Clone Zone Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
We're gonna be on with
The Bombadcast.
The Bombadcast, which is always a good time. All right. Bye.